So what are you going to do to these drivers?
We're sending them to the Odorkor police, and for the Odorkor police to carry on with what they're supposed to do.
But there are some people who are questioning the work that you are doing and saying that it's illegal and all of that. Does that mean you are not going to back down anytime soon?
No, we are not going to back down. It is not illegal. Everybody knows GPRTU is in order. They are doing their work. And this is the time that we have to also come out. We have the GPRTU union guys. This is the time we also have to come out for them to see that it is not GPRTU who is trying to do that.
You're going to continue from here?
Yeah.
You go to other places?
Tonight we are moving to another area, but we will not disclose it.
Yesterday, about 15 drivers were arrested. Are they in detention or have you discharged them?
We learned they have taken their particulars and they asked them to report today.
For the drivers who have been arrested by the task force, they say that because of high cost of spare parts and the exorbitant sales that the car owners take from them, that is why they've also adopted strategies like the short in order to make more money.
The daily sales targets imposed on us by vehicle owners are simply too high. Some as much as 600 cedis. Even though fuel prices have gone down, the cost of spare parts remains very high.
Spare part,
With these excessive sales targets, we hardly make any real profits as drivers.
525 to 600. Wow. Yeah, 364 no, a BG 250 cedis every day.
Because we are police budget 20, 10. Mr. Koba, or the same sicker, which means 100 cedis.
We pay for tickets every day and still face constant police extortion. By the end of the day, how much are we really left with?
For the GPRTU, this particular operation is going to continue relentlessly to ensure that the arrest drivers who are indisciplined on the road in order to ameliorate the plight of commuters. For Joy News, Fatao Bayaga, Odorkor.
All right, so that's the issue between GPRTU and some drivers who are charging unapproved fares. Okay. I still have to start with you.
No, I don't have
but I hope that is how we'll keep it very cool. So this is the GPRTU arresting some drivers for charging unapproved fares. We spoke to some people and somehow the view that there's no law that mandates them to be arresting people. But
Article 19 is clear on some of these issues. The GPRTU does not have such mandates. But you see, in this country, when you do the wrong thing over and over and nobody complains, nobody stops you, it gets to stay. They've been doing this many years now. In fact, we've seen a lot of GPRTU, even our MMDAs, the district chief executive, district assemblies also have their own assembly guards. Even at the airport, you have these Lejukuku guards and all that who clamp cars and misbehave and all that. And so I think that it is wrong. It cannot be. There's no law that backs the GPRTU as a law enforcement agency. At best, they can be a citizen arrest, but that does not.
That's what they're doing.
No, that doesn't even fall within this category. Charging fares is not a criminal offense. Whether I'm charging, even if from here to Aflawa and I charge you 10,000, you agreed. There's no law that bans me from doing that. It's an agreement. It's a contract, and so there's nothing to stop me. It's not a crime.
What is that is disturbing the public peace? Can't I
how does that disturb public peace? I reach an agreement with you. I want to carry it to Aflawo. Pay me 100,000. You agree to pay me, and we've got in there and say you can't pay me. No. At best, we'll have to go to court, and it will be a civil matter. The judge will determine whether indeed there was an agreement to pay 100,000. If there was, the judge can't do anything new, except you are pleading for the conscience of the judge, and you will say that, well, best whatever reasonable man's view, and therefore we can reduce you to so and so. But indeed, it is not the way to go. So the GPRTU doesn't have that. I'm glad it's not government doing any of this. It is GPRTU, and therefore they should be called to order as quickly as possible. Number two, the police must help in this regard. When reports are made in this, they should be able to mediate. Police law enforcement is not only about holding the cane or holding the handcuffs and all that. It's sometimes even engagement, of the people also ensures law enforcement, and that's what we should be aiming at. So the GPRTU does not have that mandate.
Okay.
They must not arrogate that to themselves.
Mr. Bonnie.
The point is worth articulating that every cloud has a silver lining. So the fracas between GPRTU and its members and the spectacle of long queues at petrol stations, bus stops, in the morning and the evening will push us as a nation to address the issue of lack of means of transport from the root and not the branch. And the route approach is bringing more buses, flooding the roads with affordable means of transport to ease the congestion, to ease the long queues. And this would translate into higher productivity and national development. We are happy that the Minister of Transport is making arrangement to bring in, I think, 350 from the start, from Egypt buses, Isuzu buses. But more of such approach should be intensified. We need to flood our roads with buses. People should. This is the best way to get out of this ugly spectacle, where GPRTU guys will be chasing transport drivers and all that. And as my brother articulated, there's no law which binds them from charging fares, charging fixed fares. So let's go beyond this. We need action, and the action should reflect in tangible presence of buses, affordable means of transport, efficient. Development is not only measured in skyscrapers and broad streets. Development should translate into efficient means of transport. And this is what we need more than ever before. Before Christmas, even in the height of the Christmas fever, we never saw what's happening now. But how come all of a sudden means of transport are in short supply and the other Ghanaians suffering? How early do they get to work? Even children. But it's heart-rending to see children in queues. When did they go to school? And the stress levels are rising as a result of lack of means of transport. So means of transport and the government, this calls for massive and the quickest intervention on the part of government to settle this issue of lack of transport.
Okay.
Yeah, once and for all.
All right. Madam Nabila, let me come to Madam Nabila before I come to you.
Oh, I support what my brother just said. This issue is more of government. When you go to countries like the Western world, what they do is that government is in charge of transportation because they use it to be able to look at inflation figures so that the ordinary people will not be able to suffer.
But in a country like ours, when we've seen metro bus, we've seen the bus transit, how they've been managed, are we sure government can really do it as they do it in other countries? You see, we were just talking about fuel prices. Government have reduced fuel and people are enjoying. But I can tell you that 20% of Ghanaians are enjoying the fuel. The 80% of Ghanaians who have no cars and are using private transportation. Public transport.
Public transportation, these people are suffering. And as a government, you should be worried about that because you did not come to for the bourgeoisies, you came for all. So if a particular group of people have cars and they are enjoying, and the ordinary people, especially they are those who voted for you, are suffering, the government should be concerned. I've seen that government, maybe communicators have taken an entrenched position about what the GPRTU people are doing. They should have been supporting them because they are frustrated. They don't know what to do. People are on them, and your members have done this, they have done this. And they too, they don't like it. Just imagine you are coming from Domi to Accra here, and then the person tells you that I'm going to Achimota. Then you pick the car to Achimota. When he gets to Achimota, he says that circle, circle. Then you pick again to circle. Then he will say Accra, Accra. So only from Domi to Accra, you pick three times. So I think that we should have a sympathetic government that should realize that this is a situation. This situation is not about GPRTU. It is on your head. Your people cannot get transportation to go to work. Children can't get transportation to go to schools. You should not be sleeping. Whatever you should do to make sure that the transportation situation is solved, you should. And if GPRTU is trying to remedy the situation, don't stand at the other side and be throwing laws. Because if you, the government, know law, you will know that when your people are being frustrated in this manner, you are dehumanizing them. And it is against even their fundamental human rights that people come and stand in the sun for hours without transportation, when you should be the main the main person to be providing transportation for them. So what I would say is that I've heard him talk about GPRTU, this government trying to bring buses into the system. And you are also asking me about the maintenance. The maintenance will throw it back to both the NPP and the NDC. When the NDC came, we had 4 buses. They destroyed everything and went in for these their Ayalulu buses. And they too, they came and destroyed the Ayalulu buses and left, and now we have nothing. We need to import more. So when we talk about incompetence, people who are not supposed to be in politics, because politics, if you're not a business person, don't go into a decent. It is like managing your own company. So when you say that this is government and I don't care, and you come in, the main thing you are looking for is how to make money. You are not thinking about the welfare of the people. It's a problem. And that is what these 2 political parties have always done. They have their agenda, and the agenda is to be able to make money. Looking at the interests of the people, it's not part of their problem. So what I would say is that the people that they usually pick to manage these companies are usually their party members. And instead of picking professionals to do the work, I would say that the next time we bring something of that nature, no politician, if you have known to be in the NDC, you are not supposed to go nearer to that place. Let's look for people who are managing the VIPs and other places to come and take over. So that when they have a problem, you would deal with them without a sympathy. Because this one is business and nothing else. Okay,
I get it. Thank you very much. Let's now conclude with the MPP speech packed out.
He has not spoken.
He hasn't spoken. Okay.
He hasn't spoken.
I don't know why. You think I'm going to fight again? You think I'm going to fight again?
Okay, briefly.
I mean, when we talk about price floor, is what we are talking about now. You know, Kojo, is a very simple discussion. I don't know whether the director of Ghana Statistical Service factored in this transport business issue, the hustle and bustle of commuters. If you stay in Kaswa, you're coming to Accra, then you understand the living conditions. And when you are sitting there, you are calculating the MPI, you then will know the numbers that must be factored into this.
And this is a recent development.
You see? From, I think, first, it's a system overhaul for me. We are only scratching the surface. We are not tackling the major issue. We are not saying it started from this administration. Over years ago, the indiscipline on our roads. Look, walk from Kaswa to Accra. The traffic lights are the business centers of other people. When I'm supposed to have access to the road, I'm driving.
Do you live in Kaswa?
You see all the other people, you're asking whether I stay in Kaswa. The point is that, watch those who are selling on the road. If I knock someone down on the street, will I be arrested?
Yeah.
I will be arrested.
True. Yeah.
What about the person who is occupying my space, selling on the road?
Duty of care.
What happened? So I'm sure it's a system overhaul. I don't know when this GPRTU started having police powers, arresting people. I don't know. See what happened to Ayalulu bus when it was introduced. What happened to Kufuor buses when they were introduced? The same GRPU people, what happened to them? I'm sure my girlfriend distracted.
No, I didn't distract you.
What happened? The same drivers blocked the roads of these buses. They never allowed them to move. Remember, they had to call police for support. But today, it's never too late. Look at what their colleagues are doing to them. Charging substandard prices. If you are traveling from Kasua to Accra, from Kasua to Malam, you will be given a different quotation. Then from there to Accra, different quotation. That's every time. So I think something must be done. It's a system that must be overhauled. Because if you scratch the surface, the problem will still be there. But the other thing is that when you have weak public enforcement, the weak powers will fill in. And that's what we are seeing now. What's happening to the Ghana police? Regulators. Now we have been told the minister now steps in. Why did he wait that time to today? My fear is that if you are not careful, you encounter a stubborn driver. He will pull gun. You are going to have huge problem tackling this. Okay. So I'm sure the enforcement must be done, but the issue is that we must not allow the GPRTU to be arresting people. It has a legal implication. You know what happens if something happens?
Okay, all right. Let's go back to the MPP flag bearer race and the candidate signing peace pact. It happened yesterday. I want us to bring you that report from our reporter, James Aveji, on this whole peace pact that happened at Elisa Hotel yesterday. And then when we come in studio, we'll get my panel members to discuss this. Let's take that report.